CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. We are coming to you from inside the State Champs Sports Network studios. I'm Lauren Plant, and welcome back to another episode of State Champs on Fox Sports Midwest and Fox Sports Indiana. It's getting warmer, we know that, but Mother Nature still having a field day with that whole April showers thing. It's officially May now, so let's hope clearer skies are in the forecast. Of course, the games go on. We've got contests from across the Hoosier State for you this week.
I'm Jenna Skelski, and besides some great spring sports highlights, we're going to go in focus on Wapahani baseball coach Brian Dudley. And our main event this week will feature Dudley's Raiders on the diamond as they took on Daleville. We've also got a segment we call In the News, which will get you caught up on some recent news in and around Indiana high school sports.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. So let's not waste any more time and get to the highlights.
I'm Jenna Skelski, and we head to South Bend for this girls lacrosse matchup between St. Joseph and Penn. The Indians struggling as of late, dropping 3 of their last 5, but second-ranked Penn coming in red hot. Only 2 losses on the season, with one of those against top-ranked Noblesville. Right off the bat, Penn would start rolling. Karsten Barna with the first deposit of the game, Madison Ash with the assist. 1-0 Kingsman. Off the free throw, Chloe Foley's shot is stopped by the St. Joe's keeper, Hannah Tyler. However, Penn maintains possession of the ball. Foley gets the ball back, and her second try hits the back of the net. Penn increases their lead. Penn showing why they are a team to be reckoned with. And Foley is a big part of that reason. She would go over the top to net her second goal of the game. Kingsman up 3-0. Foley can dish 2. Moments later, she finds Barna in front of the net. That's her second goal of the game as well. Penn cruising to a 4-0 lead. Attack, attack, attack. Ace Al Kyer cannot be stopped. She splits the defense en route to the net, and that ball is in. Penn firing on all cylinders. These goals are coming quick, and at its ace again. Swarmed by the D does not faze her as the ball trickles in. She had 4 goals on the night. St. Joe's would get some goals too. Here is senior Anna Tincher as she finds a clear path to the net. The biscuit in the basket. However, it would be too much Kingsman on the night. Madison Fox would close it out as Penn defeats St. Joseph by a large margin. 20-3 your final.
All right, lots more highlights coming up. But first, we take a break to give you an in-focus story on baseball. We love our coaches, especially the ones who have decades of service. We also love coaches who come back to serve the school they went to. Brian Dudley's done it all. Let's go in focus. Even though Brian Dudley may have felt at one time that coaching wasn't in the cards, he threw in all his chips when he agreed to head Wapahani's baseball program back in 1984. Dudley is now coaching his 36th season for the Raiders, a state champs title in 2014, along with several regional crowns and 15 sectional wins. Amazingly, just 1 losing season in all that time. The former businessman credits his players for all the success that has been built for decades.
I just think our consistent day-to-day work ethic probably is the big thing throughout the years. Kids know what to expect when they get here from either their parents have played here or a relative played here or somebody that they know what to expect. And so when they get here as freshmen, it's not something not expected. They know they're going to come in, they're going to work, and they know the expectations are high too. So it takes a little bit for teenagers to understand that, like you said, we're expected to win every time out.
We're not really pressured. We enjoy knowing that, like, we're expected to go far and then win a bunch of games. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of knowledge is passed on, and then it's just fun knowing the history that, Wapahani baseball's carried on due to him, and it's just been a ton of fun to learn from him.
The newcomers only add to the foundation. Dudley's record stands at 747 wins to 300 losses. It's simple. Put in the work. You get results.
Good players that make me look good. And honestly, we've had good players throughout the years, and they work hard. They work hard in the off season. So a lot of credit goes to the players and what they do.
Said this, the expectations. They know it's going to be hard work. but also with that will come opportunity. We've been able to place several kids. Several kids have been able to go on and play college baseball, play at the next level. So I think they've bought into, if they work hard, there will be some possible opportunities to go on and compete at the next level if they want as well.
Dudley was inducted into the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame in 2009. But right now, it's about right now.
Well, we're 2/3 way through our season. It's hard to believe it's May 1st. We're 2/3 way through our season, but we've been inconsistent. I think the first 2/3 and trying to look for consistency right now in our lineup, hitting wise and fielding wise, especially. So I think we do that here in the last 10 games, and I think we'll be ready for the tournament.
Dudley's had a few studs hit the next level, like Jeremy Hazelbaker, who's currently in the Pirates organization, and University of Kentucky pitcher Zach Thompson. However, impacting athletes to prepare them for the future, whatever their future, is what Coach is all about. I'm Lauren Plant for State Champs.
State Champs Indiana is your high school sports show, and we want to hear from you. Big games you'd like us to cover, or maybe you know of a great story we should feature, like the one you just saw? You can connect with us in a variety of ways. You can go to our website, which serves both Indiana and Michigan high school sports, statechampsnetwork.com, and click on the Connect page. Or you can message us anytime on our State Champs Indiana Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page. We've got 6 more shows left this spring, so tell us what you want to see. More highlights coming up, and we go in the news when State Champs returns.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships, like this one, at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique, hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together with our
customers,
we are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to State Champs. You know, we pride ourselves on the fact that we cover a wide variety of high school sports. We try to include as many different ones as we can. Now, did you know there's such a thing as high school girls rugby? Have you ever seen it? Well, take a look at this.
I'm Kevin Trozinski. Indiana Rugby in the house as the girls from Avon Swarm hosted the Panthers from North Central. Let's get to it. North Central in control of the ball. Check out number 2, Maggie Miller. The freshman will turn on the Jets en route for the score, and the Panthers will light up the board first. North Central was on a tear throughout the game as they have all season long. Number 22, Kim, will take this one up the gut, untouched, and the junior gets the score for the Panthers. North Central Panthers would be too much for the Avon Swarm. 39-7, the final.
Jenna Skelski with you, and we go to the Diamond for this Hoosier Crossroad Conference softball matchup. The Noblesville Millers welcomed in the Royals from Hamilton Southeastern. The action started early on in this one. Top of the first with 1 out and 1 on third for the Royals. Senior Jordan Rager hit this one back to the pitcher. That allows fellow senior Abby Taylor to score. HSE with the 1-0 lead. However, that lead quickly went away. Bottom of the first with 2 out and 2 on. Senior Julia Furyk with the base knock. Junior Chloe Tragesser will score from second. Miller's responding. Game now tied at 1. Top of the second now, and the Royals threatening with runners in scoring position. Sophomore Ava Aguilar with the ground ball that is through the infield. Senior Libby Ratliff hits home plate, putting HSE in the lead. Still in the second, the bases are juiced and the Royals look to increase their lead. Senior Nicole Lang hits this one shallow in the outfield. That drop would score 2. Junior Emma Chase and Aguilar touch the plate. Royals up 3 at 4-1. To the bottom of the third, Miller's sophomore Ella White says goodbye to that ball. Just out of reach for the outfielder. That is White's 10th home run on the season, and she cuts the lead in half, down 2 at 4-2. Royals found themselves in a jam with 2 outs in the fourth. Tragesser up to the plate for the Millers, and her shot hits the outfield gap. A pair of Abby's score, Harvey and Brown. Game now tied at 4-all. To the bottom of the seventh now, game still tied at 4, and we all saw what Abby White did earlier in the game. Can she do it again? Yes! Game over! Millers win in walk-off fashion, and the sophomore comes in clutch with her 11th home run of the season as Noblesville defeats Hamilton Southeastern 5-4 the final.
You know, during the spring, there's always a lot of news going on in the high school world, and we thought we'd get you caught up on some of the latest. Let's go in the news. For the 35th consecutive year, the pairings for the IHSAA softball state tournament were announced, and 373 teams were placed into sectional brackets. Sectional action runs May 20th through the 25th, with the 64 survivors moving into a one-game regional round on Tuesday, May 28th. The 4-team semi-states, Saturday, June 1st. The 4 state championship games scheduled for Saturday, June 8th, and they'll be played at Purdue University's Bittinger Stadium in West Lafayette for the second year. On Monday, the IHSAA Executive Committee approved the sectional assignments in 6 team sports for the next 2 school years. Following a minor adjustment made in boys soccer, the Executive Committee accepted the recommendations of the respective realignment committees, which determined the sectional groups for the 2019-2020 and 2020-21 school years. In football, different assignments for Class 5A and 6A were issued for the 2019 and 2020 seasons, affecting about a handful of schools. In 2019, Elkhart Central and Elkhart Memorial will compete in 5A, but consolidate to form a new and larger Elkhart High School, which was assigned to compete in 6A in 2020. As a result, the smallest 6A team, Valparaiso, will drop to 5A for the 2020 season. Those 2 moves will create different groups of teams in sectionals 2, 9, and 10 from one year to the next. Also on Monday, the IHSAA Executive Committee unanimously approved a new football mercy rule. This will go into effect this fall, and it was a joint effort with the Indiana Football Coaches Association, which will expedite the conclusion of football contests when a certain point differential is reached. So with Monday's vote, when the point differential reaches 35 points in the second half, the game clock will convert to a running clock with the exception of timeouts, scores, and/or injuries. Once implemented, the clock may not revert back to standard timing regardless of the score, and coaches will not have the ability to override the implementation of the mercy rule. The 40-second play clock will remain in effect throughout the contest. In high school football recruiting news from the Merrillville football team, Pirates junior offensive lineman Martez Lewis is a 6'7", 325-pound tackle, and he picked up his first 4 offers this week, 2 emanating from the Big Ten. Indiana, Minnesota, Cincinnati, and Ball State all bucking in with bids. Valparaiso sophomore football stud Cooper Jones is an intriguing pass-rushing prospect, an edge rusher. 6'6", 270 pounds, the University of Michigan came in with his first offer this week. There certainly will be many more to follow. Last season, Jones recorded 55 tackles, 10 hurries, and 8 sacks. I'm Lauren Plant, and that's in the news.
State Champs Indiana is looking for companies right now to partner with us so we can keep on bringing all this great high school content to you all school year long. This fall is shaping up to be another outstanding one, and we can't wait to capture some of the great moments on the gridiron and beyond. Our mission is to create as much content as we possibly can, and by partnering with State Champs, we've got the reach that your company desperately needs. Brand loyalties are built when we're young. Sponsoring State Champs is not only a sound business decision, but you can also feel good about the fact that you're supporting all of the great Indiana communities at the same time. Please contact Chris Landis at the email address on your screen or by going to the contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. We'll be right back.
I admit it. I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome to Hungry Howie's.
We ordered one of the new stuffed flavored crust pizzas. Sorry, when my stomach talks, I always listen. Of course I'll share it with you. Do not use that language with me.
Flavor starts here with fresh dough made daily and 100% real mozzarella cheese. Order a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99 and make it a stuffed flavored crust for only $2 more.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to State Champs. Lots to get to still on the program. Let's get back to the highlights.
I'm Gabe O'Neill. Thanks to Summit City Sports for the highlights. Doubleheader action last Saturday as Snyder takes on Carroll at Hollyfield in New Haven. A little defense early on for you, top of the first. Reese Kunz guns to second and Bryce Ginder is tagged out by Drew Dane. But the Chargers can flash the leather too. Bottom of the frame. Jared Hanshaw starts the 5-4-3 double play, game scoreless so far. It did not take long for that to change. Second inning, Jacob McCullough drops one into right field and that would score Micah Fretz and Cam Nidens. But the Panthers answered in the bottom of the second. Austin Brewer flares one the other way, a tough play to make and it's a triple for Brewer. Simon Dellinger hits next and all he has to do is put the ball in play. Mission accomplished as Brewer scores on the sacrifice. Then Jeff Tolbert sneaks one into left field that would score Dominic Deisler, and we were all tied up at 2. It would stay that way up until the 5th inning when the Chargers put runners on the corners. Hanshaw gets it to go the other way, and Carroll takes the lead as Bowden Hitt scores on the base hit. Next batter was Bryce Ginder. His base knock gets McCullough home and gives the Chargers some insurance on the lead. They got a little more of that thanks to a bases-loaded single from Lincoln Lance. Hanshaw scores to make it 5-2, and that caps off a 3-run inning. Snyder trying to rally in the bottom of the half. Drew Dane with the shot down the line pulls into second with a 1-out double. Later in the frame, Bryson Reining walks to load the bases with 2 outs, but no damage done in the end. Brewer flies out to right to end the inning, and Carroll goes on to win Game 1, 5-2 the final. In the rain last Saturday afternoon saw Northrop taking on Homestead at Stavretti Field. Top of the third, the Spartans up 1-0, but the Bruins catch Carter Matheson in a rundown. Danny Stevens tags him out. but the threat is not over yet. Eli McDonald slaps one the other way. Caleb Kolpian and Luke Palmer come home, make it 3-0 Homestead. Top of the fourth now. Now Cade Kolpian doubles to the gap. That's going to get Matheson home, and the Spartans take a 5-0 lead. Bottom of the frame, Luke Palmer makes a sliding catch on the rain-soaked grass. That takes a hit away from Jacob Jordan for the inning's first out. Later in the inning, Luke Siren with a base hit to right. He legs it out and gets to second. Northrop looking to get a rally going. Next at bat, Taryn White nubs one out to short. He beats the throw for an infield single. Bruins with runners on their corner with 2 down. But Homestead would get out of that jam. Manuel Lopez grounds to third, and Graham Collin throws him out to keep Northrop off the board. 6th inning, Palmer drives one deep to left. That goes off the wall. Caleb Kolpian comes all the way from first to give the Spartans an 8-0 lead. But it was not just the bats that gave Homestead a boost. Carter Matheson struck out 9 hitters and pitched 6 shutout innings, giving up 2 hits and 5 walks as Homestead defeats Northrop 10-2 the final score. Time now to take a look at Lawrence Tech Athletics. The Blue Devil football team recently hosted the 2nd annual spring game as they prepare for their first season as a member of the Mid-States Football Association. Head coach Jeff Duvendek and his team look to keep up the steady growth and success that has come from their inaugural reboot season this past fall.
Execution was phenomenal. Thought we blocked and tackled well. Came up with a couple big turnovers on defense, a couple big scores on offense. Thought our responses to adversity were really good. That's something we've been working on since day one. So just great to see them get out here and compete and keep the pressure off, but have some fun doing it and execute what we've been teaching them.
The offense in blue won the day over the defense in white through a scoring system created by the coaching staff. 3 touchdowns by different players and 2 interceptions accounted for the majority of the final score, 65-20.
There were some times where we had mental mistakes from being tired. I think that once those are erased, I think that we'll be a great team and be ready next year, especially for our first game. It's going to be a challenge and against St. Xavier. So I think that this is a good representation of what is to come. And over the summer, we're just going to keep working and keep grinding and just keep building that bond together.
For more information on the Lawrence Tech football team, head over to the website at ltuathletics.com.
Lawrence Technological University is ranked one of the best in the Midwest, according to U.S. News and World Report. The publication also ranks Lawrence Tech as a best value school. The quality of the education you receive compared to the cost is a great deal. LTU is also very proud to have been selected one of the best colleges for veterans. And if you have interest in the many fascinating fields of engineering, you simply can't get a better undergraduate degree than at Lawrence Tech. But don't take my word for it. See it for yourself at ltu.edu.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
Customers.
we're driven
To make
healthcare better.
great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain. 10-4, Tiger on the prowl.
Flavor Fanatics will do anything for our one-of-a-kind flavored crust pizza with meal deals for every budget.
Hungry?
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back to State Champs. Baseball taking center stage this week. Both Daleville and Wapahani coming into this week's main event with double digits already in the win columns. And both teams can put up a ton of runs. This was a crucial matchup in the Mideastern baseball standings. Let's check out what went down. Mid-Eastern Baseball Conference tightening up. Two teams definitely in the mix, Daleville and Wapahani. Weather cooperating in this one. Wapahani came in undefeated in conference play at 4-0, 12-5 overall. Daleville dominant at home, 7-2. Not so much on the road. A win would get them back to 500 at 3-3. Brevin Rivers on the mound for the Raiders. 2 complete games over his last 2 starts. Pick things up in the top of the 5th. Daleville threatening. Max Stecker, the hot shot grounder. Off the Wapahani shortstop's glove. Josh Price scores. Max ends up on third. Daleville led 1-0. But the Raiders responded bottom half of the 6th. Runners on the corner. Luke Willman singles to bring Braxton Davis to the dish. We were tied up at 1 apiece. Willman on first. Runner on second. The sophomore Nolan Dudley lays down the sacrifice. Ducks on the pond now. Next batter, Seth Adams. Raiders call for the squeeze. Rivers the winning run. He also pitched another complete game, just 1 unearned run. Wapahani hangs on to beat Daleville 2-1 the final.
He gave me the safety bunt sign, so I didn't have to bunt it, but if it was a good pitch, I was going to get it down.
It's going to count this game for us as far as that is concerned, because that's a good team, defending state champion. So, and as a battle, that was a really great high school baseball game. You talk about not executing on bunts, but that's aren't easy to do, as it seems. So that's a really good high school baseball game, and unfortunately somebody has to lose, and we were fortunate enough to win.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. Let's just hope the weather gods cooperate with us next week.
We want you to stay connected with us every day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like State Champs Indiana on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and by all means, let us know what you want to see on the show. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to beat Lauren in rock, paper, scissors.
Let's go. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.